I became a social worker. And I don't particularly like people. So this is a very, very bad combination. Really bad combination. I would have liked to have been like, even if she was murdered, doesn't matter. I'd like to have been Diane Fossey. You know, she saved a species of silverback gorillas in the Congo. What am I doing? I'm saving a species of sociopaths in the South Bronx. I don't like working with, you work with, I mean, it's the most depressing work in the world. I mean, really, you're working with addicts, you're working with the mentally ill. Now I'm working with the homeless. Now, for one thing, I live in Chelsea. One more rent increase, I am a homeless. And even with the housing, there's no housing. So if I'm thrown out of my apartment, I won't even be able to find a good grate. There's nothing left out there. It's you know, it's not right. I particularly don't like the mentally ill. I have to say this right out front. And this is what I work with. I work with the mental. I like neurotics. I can look in the mirror. I can relate. I know you. I understand you. You know. But the mentally ill is too much for me. I'm not equipped. I'm not equipped. I can't do it. My first job out of social work school, I was working in a mental hospital. And I learned the best lesson I was ever going to learn. I learned there is basically no difference between staff and patients. Don't delude yourself. Believe me, don't look down. The biggest difference I ever saw was the staff, no, it was the patients lined up for their drugs twice a day, and we took ours whenever we felt like it. There was the difference. So now, that's not bad enough. Then I become... I like working with addicts because that's in my story. I mean, most of my life I really was one. So I get the mentally ill and I get schizophrenics, and I don't like working with schizophrenics because I can't take the voices. I can't. I mean, they come in with these voices. They're always, the appliances are talking, the refrigerator is talking to them, the stove is talking to them. Here's my prescription for wellness. Stop taking the dangerous medication and stay out of the kitchen. It's the worst thing. Here's the worst thing about social work. I mean, not only that, but then I became a supervisor because they make you a supervisor early on if you can write a sentence and keep eye contact with And you know what happens when you're a supervisor? Not only do you have to deal with the clients, now you have the staff and they hate your guts. It doesn't matter how good you are. They hate you. It is what unites them. That and stealing office supplies. Hate my life. Hate it. So, I'm mentally ill, schizophrenics. I was the director of a 32-bed residence for the mentally ill. I was fun. Phone ringing constantly. Middle of the night, I get a phone call from this like nightmarish hysteric who's saying, I can't fall asleep. I'm having a major panic attack. I have to remind them, you're not supposed to fall asleep. You're the overnight staff.